Heart, soul, intuition, these are not just words to spiritual, conscious, or heart-led entrepreneurs. They're ways of being. They're incredibly important tools in our creative toolbox. I do think, though, that often they are used interchangeably when they are, in fact, very different. Heart energy and soul energy and intuition are bringing on stream different aspects of who you are and how you operate. Heart energy is what really connects us into the human experience. It is the lens of compassion and collaboration. It's very similar to nature energy. So nature energy and earth energy are quite different. Nature energy is full of heart energy. It is focused on our connection, our collaboration, and how we function as a whole. Soul energy is about purpose. It's about your focus, your personal mission in this world. And that's why it's so similar to earth energy. Earth energy is well, the earth is on a mission. It has a role to fulfill within the universe. And so our soul energy is something that we don't necessarily access as much as we access maybe our heart energy. And I find personally that the imbalance between heart and soul can cause a challenge for us because we're more focused on operating from a heart-based space than we are from a purpose-based space. It is actually bringing our soul energy into our heart perspective that allows us to evolve that soul purpose into something that can be experienced and interpreted in our day-to-day lives. And also, it is our role here on this earth to help evolve the universe. The earth has a role in evolving the universe, and we as part of the earth have a role in evolving the universe through our human experience. The universe needs this heart-based energy to filter into its universal consciousness in terms of the way that the universal consciousness works and flows and connects. So it could not be more important for us to focus on that energy of purpose and soul that we bring into everything that we do in our businesses. That's a piece that is kind of pushed to one side or not given as much space as it needs to because we are so very head-led in our businesses. So heart energy and soul energy are very different. And we work with both, however, through our intuition. Our intuition is primarily sensory. It is not cognitive. It's something that lives in our body, not in our heads. And it is a space of knowing. Now, when you talk about knowing, if you say something, you really, really, truly know something to be true, you'll say, I feel it in my bones. I know it in my heart. That's what we are accessing when we are talking about intuition. We're talking about a deep knowing that we have in our body. It's not cognitive. It is sensory. That's why our clairs are all orientated around our senses. We see, sense, taste, feel, touch, those are our sensory tools for moving through life. They're also our sensory tools for understanding our intuition. So that's what allows us to interpret energies that exist beyond the cognitive realm. And when you're working in business beyond the cognitive realm, then you need to have a very finely tuned intuition to be able to interpret what you're experiencing and then translate that into something very practical that you can do on a day-to-day basis, because intuition is great and it's a wonderfully developing experience. It allows you to evolve and adapt your worldview and develop new skills all the time. But unless we translate it into practical knowledge and practical interpretation of what we're experiencing and what we know to be true about both what we're doing and how we're doing it, then it has no use to us. And that's what we need to break through with now in our businesses as conscious, spiritual, or heart-led entrepreneurs. We need to be bringing our intuition to the fore so that we can work more with our heart and soul energies in balance. Now, the balance thing to me is really important piece, because we tend to use these terms interchangeably, heart and soul, but they are so very different and they have different roles. In order to balance them, we need to establish energy circuits. When we establish those circuits, we start to bring balance to our energy system, and we move the energy through our energy system in a different way. And that in turn impacts our cognitive understanding of what we're doing or what we're experiencing and how we're feeling about it. So that becomes then a huge creative tool for us. It brings online parts of us that have previously been inactive and out of reach, because we haven't actually made the connections within our energy system that allow us to make our connections within our cognitive system. So this creation of the energy circuits is really key to being able to achieve that. So heart, soul, intuition are our creative tools. They really do bring on stream parts of us that were not available before and allow us to evolve our concept of business and our practice of business. So if you want to experience those energy circuits, I will link below this video a practice that I've created where you can begin to feel what that's like within your own body, and how that then changes your whole energy field and subsequently your approach to your business. Until next time, take care.